business? Is it something you enjoy, or do you just don't like it?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, that's a big game. That's one of the biggest games of our season. You know, our rivals. I mean, if you aren't ready for this game, you need to have your heart checked.
Fred, what about you? You're a Mississippi kid too. What's this kind of game mean to you?
Yeah, man. Like he just said, if you're not ready, you need your heart checked. But yeah, I think this one of the biggest games of the season for us. Hopefully we can we really know a lot about them because we played them the first time. So it's just gonna come down to who wanted more.
You've had a lot of success here at the Hump against Ole Miss. You know, how much have you fed off the crowd in those past games, and how much are you kind of looking forward to feeding off the crowd again this week?
They bring all their energy. So, and we just feed right off them. Like when Fred play hard, I always tell him I feed off his energy. That goes in direct correlation with the crowd. Like when the crowd into it, we're into it, you know, and I mean, that just brings success.
Going back to Saturday, a lot coach on SportsCenter said a lot of you guys were like sleeping or not really paying attention. Do you remember what it was like when you realized there was something wrong with the play and you were gonna have to, what was going through your head? Were you scared, or talk about what you felt?
I wouldn't say scared. It was like you know when something's about to happen on a plane, because like how the plane just coasts through the air, and like you heard a little bump. I guess everybody woke up and was like, "Oh, what's going on?" So I guess it kind of frightened a lot of people. So but I don't think it was that serious though. But I still was kind of scared though.
At first you think it's turbulence, you know, because it kind of shakes and everything. But when the flight attendant told us that, you know, one of the engines had went out, you know, I was wide awoke then. I wasn't going back to sleep.
Gavin, talking about Ole Miss, you're a Starkville guy. How did you feel about Ole Miss when you were a kid, you know, like 8 years old, 12 years old, before you got into the whole recruiting business?
Honestly, I really didn't know a lot about Ole Miss. You know, I was a country guy, a country boy, so, you know, I was mostly like on horses. I didn't watch TV that much, you know, I stayed outside. So, but as I began to, you know, grow, I began to, you know, focus that, like, either was Mississippi State or Ole Miss, so.
So why Mississippi State?
I mean, got everything I need right here at home. You know, best opportunity, you know, good coaches, you know, good, you know, good teammates. So everything that I possibly want.
What does that do, you know, when you're playing in your hometown? Does it feel good that, you know you got everybody there for you? Does it put pressure on you that you're like, oh man, everybody's watching, and if I mess up, they're gonna know it, they're right here?
Well, I mean, I believe Fred can agree with this. Our freshman year, you know, both of us being from Mississippi, I believe that, you know, our freshman year we were kind of like timid, like, oh, everybody's watching us. They see how we're gonna, you know, act, you know, in Division I basketball atmosphere. But you know, we're experienced now, and you know, we know what it takes in order to be successful and win games in this league. So we just, you know, we look at that as motivation. You know, we look at that as like a positive.
You've got a couple of weeks now before y'all have to get back on a plane or anything. Do you think you'll be any apprehension about traveling once again and getting on a plane?
Oh, I mean, after the engine went out, you know, it was smooth until the landing. But you know, I don't think that will hinder us any. You know, get back on the plane, just stay focused about the game, then you won't have to worry about the plane. So.
Freddie, you look like you might not totally agree. You might be a little nervous next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nervous.
We'll be all right. Just pray. Hopefully we'll make it there.
For tall guys like yourselves, what's worse, a little plane cabin or being on a bus for so many hours?
Oh yeah, it was kind of hard on that bus for 6 hours. You know, trying to find a spot to like stretch your legs out, because it seemed like you couldn't get back to the bathroom. It was guys like legs just stretching all across the aisle. So, you know, it was kind of hard. You know, I sat at the exit row on the plane, you know, right beside the wing. So, you know, I was a little shaken up, but nothing too big.
Anything else?